Hey guys, my name's Dan. I'm a veterinarian, and I've been getting a handful of comments from everybody regarding pet insurance. And I do work with a lot of pet insurance companies, and they're great. They're great. And I think pet insurance really helps the pet parent out significantly. But guys, today I want to talk about how I approach pet insurance as a veterinarian and how I think of it and how I try to utilize it. Now, some of you may disagree with me, and that's totally fine. But I want you to think of pet insurance in a little different way. Now, with human insurance, sometimes we'll have like policies that only cover major problems. That's the way I tend to think of pet insurance. So bear with me. Sorry guys, it's an early Sunday morning here. Pet insurance, you can get all kinds of packages, and pet insurance can cover everything from preventive care to really low deductibles, which is the amount of money you pay before the pet insurance company starts paying with you or for you. And all of this leads to really high premiums, which is the amount of money you're going to spend monthly. And people get really worked up over this monthly bill. And I don't blame them. If you have a monthly bill of a couple $100 or $1,000, who knows how many dogs you have, it is incredibly overwhelming and daunting and just not possible. When you come and see me, the general practitioner, most of the time when you come see me, you're doing preventive care like vaccines and heartworm tests and fecals. And pet insurance, in most cases, unless you add to the package, will not cover these things. And that's expected. So if you want to add it, you can, but most people pay it out of pocket. Now, the other thing I encourage people to consider paying out of pocket for would be things that are like minor things. Like, let's say your dog gets an ear infection once a year, or let's say your dog gets a hot spot, or let's say they break their toenail. All of these things may cost, 150, 200, maybe $300. And these things are very affordable if you budget for them. Keyword, budget for it. Now, let's say you go to the emergency room, the animal doctor emergency room. No joke, guys. I don't know if I could even afford some of these bills. Like, I know I couldn't. They're crazy. So when clients call me, I do my very best to get them into our pet hospital because I feel like we can do just as good a job in most cases. I mean, if you need something crazy like a chest tube, if you need negative pressure to open those lungs up again, if you need all kinds of crazy things that are just above me medically and above my time frame, totally cool. I'll send you over there in a heartbeat. But for the most part, if your doggy needs me to go in there and remove something from his stomach or remove some dead intestines or do a bladder surgery, these kinds of things are expensive and medically they cost a lot of money to do. So you should have some kind of backstop like pet insurance to cover these things. So I would encourage anybody who's thinking about it to at least get pet insurance to cover the big things like ACLs, torn ACL. So the veterinarian's going to call it a cranial cruciate rupture. So you got to make sure you plan ahead for the big things. And if you are just getting pet insurance for the big things, that scary monthly premium is going to be way smaller. So instead of spending like $80 or $100 a month because you wanted to get everything under the pet insurance and you wanted the lowest deductible possible, that way maybe your ear infection to be covered, you go with a bit higher deductible, and that way it covers the really bad stuff, but it makes the premium more affordable, so you have that safety net if you ever have any major problems. So I hope that makes sense, guys. And that's the way I address pet insurance and approach pet insurance. And that's how I encourage people to consider it. Now, again, there's a lot of pet insurance companies out there. I have a handful of videos that feel free to check out, and I greatly appreciate it. But they're all kind of different. And I mentioned earlier, just make sure that you set up your pet insurance early and have a doctor look things over. I had a client the other day come in and she just wanted me to do an ortho exam. It was like, wait 6 months, I have a vet do an ortho exam. And they came in, I did an ortho, and in all honesty, I didn't even charge them for the ortho exam because it was one of those things where we updated the medical chart and we got it all done and got it all organized, and then they were covered. And as a veterinarian, I'm never going to make it challenging for anyone to get on pet insurance because it allows that doggy to live a healthier and longer life, especially without the financial restrictions that are out there these days because it's tough out there. We all know it is. So, yeah, guys. So I hope all of your doggies are happy and healthy, and you are too. You guys have a great weekend. Bye.